how my current travel strategy is failing me. What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and today I'm going to be admitting something to you and to myself. One aspect of my current Points and Miles travel strategy is actually failing me. Today I want to go over this issue and why I schedule my travel like I do and the advantages of it. Then I want to talk about how this strategy is not working and likely costing me lots of money. Afterwards, I'm going to go over a fix and maybe a compromise moving forward, and hopefully you can give me some feedback and we can help each other. Now, if you are new here, I'm Luke, and I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. Those are things that interest you. Consider becoming a subscriber. We have a great positive community here, and we are very good at helping each other out. Also, if you get any value from this particular video, slap that like button for me. With all that out of the way, let's jump into it. So what am I even talking about here? I'm going to say this very simply. My current travel strategy has me booking my entire travel 1 year out. At the moment, I am all booked up until after November of 2025, and I have some conceptual ideas for the summer of 2026. See, I'm blessed to be able to earn enough points and miles to schedule all my trips out as far as I can, and I can understand some of you are thinking, Luke, why? Well, let's talk about it. I like to have all my travel scheduled out as far in the future as possible, and this is normally about 10 months or so. I like to do that because, for one, let's get all those points and miles off the books, so to speak. See, I really hate to have a surplus of points and miles, and I'm a little paranoid of significant devaluations. Also, some of these properties do sell out, at least for award bookings. Booking this far in advance definitely gives me peace of mind. I don't have the flexibility when it comes to family trips because, you know, Carlos is in school now. So pretty much when that school calendar comes out, I start the redemptions. Planning like this also gives my family a chance to have plenty of notice to schedule their own stuff around my trips. And it also gives me plenty of time to find great deals. But the biggest benefit of this is it gives me the opportunity to shift my focus as far as earnings go. If I have all my travel booked for the next year and I have enough points and miles for last minute stuff, then I can really adjust fire when it comes to which cards I can use. For instance, if I have absolutely no need for travel points for more than 10 months, then I can really dive into the cashback game, at least temporarily. Or I can look at some credit cards with bonuses that I might not have looked at otherwise. I don't mind getting a bonus on a Marriott card for trips I want to take 18 months from now. So I think these are valid reasons to keep everything booked and planned so far in advance. So let's talk about the drawbacks, which I've noticed, and sometimes they're pretty harsh. Well, here's a few reasons why it's not working for me. First and foremost are free night certificates from hotels and companion tickets on airlines. Let me explain, and I'll use a couple of my own examples. A couple years ago, I had the Amex Delta Reserve. Not a bad card at all, but after a year, I decided I didn't want the card anymore and I canceled it. Before I canceled it, Amex had already granted and deposited the companion ticket, and it was showing in the Delta app. That's great, right? Well, by the time I noticed it, I had that ticking clock before it expired. Turns out I had all my travel booked, and there was really no place for a first-class Delta flight with a wife. Now, I had two choices. Force a trip or eat the ticket. If you're familiar with the benefit, it would require me to purchase a first class ticket and get the second one free. So basically, to use it, I would absolutely have to spend money. Money I didn't need to spend because I already had everything planned. So I ended up eating the ticket. I got no benefit at all, and it was a super big bummer. More recently, I purchased IHG Ambassador status. Basically, that comes with a ton of great benefits when staying at intercontinental properties. I had so many options in my head for those benefits, one of which was a free weekend night after purchasing a night at an intercontinental. Long story short, I had no way to fit in a paid stay at an intercontinental property, basically because there were no travel dates available and I was booked up. I'm stupid, I know. I've felt the same pressure with Hyatt category 1 through 4 nights. I had to use one to stay the night in Cincinnati for a football game. We did have fun, but I really would not have stayed the night, so I didn't really get any value from it. I guess at least I didn't let it expire. Kind of bummed about that. Another thing that seems to really happen to me is this. I will have everything scheduled and I'll change my mind on where I want to go. Or maybe an incredible deal comes up. I pay a lot of fees for canceling and rescheduling these trips. I think it might also drive my wife crazy because she never knows where we're going until the week before anyway. It's also kind of tough to line up all the Hilton credits if you don't schedule things out perfectly. So I guess what I'm saying is, maybe I need to modify this strategy to take full advantage of the game. And that might actually be fun. Moving forward, I'm not going to schedule everything out a year in advance. I might satisfy this urge and block off certain dates for travel, but not actually schedule anything. I think a nice compromise for me might be to schedule the big trip, the family summer vacation, and maybe my solo trip, and everything else needs to be kept open until we're completely sure. But there is one new technique that I've always wanted to try, and tell me what you think about this. I want to keep a week open, maybe the week in October that Carlos is out of school. For the prior 3 or 4 weeks, I don't want to look at any travel news or any travel deals. I just want to pick the weather or the climate or part of the world to keep it simple. I want to know if I'm packing shorts and a bathing suit or long pants and a jacket. And the night before, I just want to jump online, book the trip and pack up. Does anyone think that might be super cool? I mean, Carlos already thinks his dad's crazy, so this would probably seal the deal, right? Changing the scheduling in this way would definitely change how I earn. And I think it would keep me on track with maybe just transferable currencies and cash back. But it might solve the problem that my rigidity has already caused. But this might actually be tough because I'm already checking seats.aero for flights in January 2026. Guys, tell me what you think in the comments and tell me how you schedule your travel. Are you last minute travelers or are you super year out planners? Either way, check out my links in the description. Using my links supports the channel and it helps me deliver you mostly sponsor-free content. Also guys, I now release member videos most Sunday mornings, so if you want to become an elite channel member, you can do so for only $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time, no obligation. As always guys, if you have stayed all the way to the end, I thank you. I appreciate every single one of you.